byproducts, so many wasted people, so much wasted life just to keep things going smooth. And the system is going to steamroll regardless of how you, I, or anybody else feels about it, unless you decide to stop participating in it. Stop paying to prove who you are for an ID. Stop paying to use your own vehicle. Stop paying to live in your own fucking house. Stop paying to go get food for yourself to eat. Like, I don't understand how this shit can make sense to you. I don't understand how you can day to day, knowing how miserable you and everybody else is, continue to do it. Continue it. Oh, well, I got dreams and hopes, and I'm going to be this one day, or I'm going to buy this and do that, and I'm going to come up, and man, ain't America grand, and oh, the land of opportunity, but goddamn it, keep those fucking wetbacks out of my country. I swear to God. You know, like this. The system is fucked, but people are fucked as well. Like, that's the hardest part. Like, where's the balance? But, like, I'm getting off track. Every species is entitled to a home just for existing, except for us. You gotta go work, you gotta go through hoops, you gotta go through the bank, you gotta finance some stuff, you gotta clear a background check, you gotta talk to this person, you gotta get this money together, then you gotta go to this company and pay them to turn that on because you can't get that without, it's just like, at some point, when do you just start going and getting your own shit? Like, why do you keep allowing yourselves to be exploited, for a system that not only is prison for profit, but I'm gonna try to word this without being too vague. Two individuals. One has no money. Broke into fucking stores, stole some shit, whatever. Or, matter of fact, during the grocery store, during the daytime, while it was open, he pocketed a block of cheese because it's fucking healthy. It's filling. Well, he goes to jail for shoplifting, right? Now, considering if it's a city where, jail populace isn't out of control, a judge might be like, well, alright, well, get out of here, come back to court. But in most cases, if he can't afford to pay, he's fucking stuck there. And if he could afford to pay, he wouldn't have stole the shit in the first place. I'm assuming. Klepto, mental health shit aside. Now, you have another dude who just fucked a kid, right? Like, didn't, fantasize about it online and then. Not saying that's less severe, but yeah, he went out there and he took innocence. That's plain enough to say. He took innocence. Bond set at $50,000. Well, I don't know what you know, but from what I know, a lot of pedophiles have fucking money. So, the man who could not afford to eat stuck there in jail, but the man who likes to fuck kids can afford his own freedom. Everything is revenue generation for the state. Everything is revenue. You are revenue. You're a Duracell battery. You're a fucking a surge protector. You're an outlet. You provide everything the system needs to keep moving at your expense. I don't understand how so many people can't see what's happening. You go into, well, not all police are bad. Well, not all fucking people who've been to prison are bad either. But when a police officer sees one, what do you think is going through his head? From my experience, police, not so much assistance as if they've assisted, it's been to get identification, hey, well, I'm here. Do you mind if I just find out who you are, sir? You got a license for that thing? But if I was, say a blonde woman or whatever, might be like, okay, hi, my name's Deputy Trooper Long. You was looking so pretty. I had to stop to see what you was all about. Maybe you had a tail light, maybe you didn't. I was just curious, Here's my ID, maybe stop by sometime, No, that was the case, still get pulled over, but the people who have that power are emotional beings. Like, they're egotistical beings. They have, viewpoints, and they have views and beliefs, paradigms, and things that make up who they are. And just like me, I see the world isn't the way it should be, and I see a way that it should, right? But the way that it should is not a control. And people who want control are in power. And not all police are bad, not all judges are bad, not all pastors are bad, but there are certain positions that have a zero tolerance policy for dishonor. If you have other people's lives in your hands, if the fate of children's innocence, future adults' innocence is in your hands, you don't get like, oh, well, I was just following orders. Well, then you don't need to be in a position where you can't, where that's required, where critical thinking is required, And now let's go. I've been on state shit a long time. Let me go into religion. Kings of old needed a divine right to rule. They needed a way to keep people submissive, working, generating revenue, with an authority higher than themselves. And so what better than an authority that you can't disprove? You can't prove a negative. It's a control method that uses fear. And you're so afraid of everything. You're afraid of living. You're afraid of Earth. You're afraid of disasters. You're afraid of your fellow man. You're afraid of tomorrow. Like, you are afraid of everything. What the fuck are you gonna do with that? What can you do with that? What are you gonna do with that fear? You're gonna let it control you. You're gonna let your dependencies control you, right? If you're so afraid of what's gonna happen afterwards, after you're not focused on the life right now, you're focused on what's going to happen to some shit that may not even exist because somebody else is telling you that. Because that's your remote right there. That is your remote control. Your religion, your beliefs in the state, those are your remote controls. Now, also speaking of remote controls, medications, electronics, air conditioning, beds, packaged food, instant gratification, cars, gasoline, everything is right there on demand when you need it. What are you gonna do if that power grid fails? It's over with. You're not gonna know what the fuck to do. You are so fearful, so submissive, that the first thing that you will do is what you've been taught to do since you became human. Run and get somebody else to solve it. Go get someone else. Go call someone else. Delegate your problems down. It is not your responsibility to fix anything. It is not your responsibility to stand up. While I'm here, you can take anything that's said against me, or you can take anything I'm saying, or you can take anything that you want to and make it something, whatever. I'm telling you that it is. It is not police's responsibility. It is not the state's responsibility. It's not God's responsibility. It's not Jesus's. It's not Issa's. It's not Muhammad's. It's not Horus. It's not Krishna's responsibility. It's not Odin's. The responsibility is yours. You have to fix shit. You have to stand up. But unfortunately, it's going to cost you. It's going to cost your temporarily your life of comfort and convenience.